the master guide, they annoyed me a little. Addressing Ravenel, I said, "Have you made the ascent of Mont Blanc?" "Yes, monsieur," he replied. "Once, and that's enough. I am not anxious to do it again." "The deuce," said I. "I am going to try it." "You are free, monsieur, but I shall not go with you. The mountain is not good this year. Several attempts have already been made. 2 only have succeeded. As for the second, the party tried the ascent twice. Besides, the accident last year has rather cooled the amateurs." "An accident? What accident?" "Did monsieur not hear of it? This is how it happened. A party consisting of 10 guides and porters and 2 Englishmen started about the middle of September for Mont Blanc. They were seen to reach the summit. Then, some minutes after, they disappeared in a cloud. When the cloud passed over, no one was visible. The 2 travellers, with 7 guides and porters, had been blown off by the wind and precipitated on the Courmayeur side, doubtless into the Brenva glacier. Despite the most vigilant search, their bodies could not be found. The other 3 were found 150 yards below the summit, near the Petit Moulet. They had become blocks of ice." "But these travellers must have been imprudent," said I to Ravenel. "What folly it was to start off so late in the year on such an expedition. They should have gone up in August." I vainly tried to keep up my courage. This lugubrious story would haunt me in spite of myself. Happily, the weather soon cleared, and the rays of a bright sun dissipated the clouds which still veiled Mont Blanc, and at the same time those which overshadowed my thoughts. Our ascent was satisfactorily accomplished. On leaving the chalets of Plan-Praz, situated at a height of 2,062 yards, you ascend on ragged masses of rock and pools of snow to the foot of a rock called the Chimney, which is scaled with the feet and hands. 20 minutes after, you reach the summit of the Brevant, whence the view is very fine. The chain of Mont Blanc appears in all its majesty. The gigantic mountain, firmly established on its powerful strata, seems to defy the tempests which sweep across its icy shield without ever impairing it, whilst the crowd of icy needles, peaks, mountains, which form its cortege and rise everywhere around it without equalling its noble height, carry the evident traces of a slow wasting away. From the excellent lookout which we occupied, we could reckon, though still imperfectly, the distance to be gone over in order to attain the summit. This summit, which from Chamonix appears so near the dome of the Goutte, now took its true position. The various plateaus which form so many degrees which must be crossed, and which are not visible from below, appeared from the Brevant, and threw the so much desired summit, by the laws of perspective, still farther in the background. The Bosson glacier, in all its splendour, bristled with icy needles and blocks sometimes 10 yards square, which seemed, like the waves of an angry sea, to beat against the sides of the rocks of the Grand Moulet, the base of which disappeared in their midst. This marvellous spectacle was not likely to cool my impatience, and I more eagerly than ever promised myself to explore this hitherto unknown world. My companion was equally inspired by the scene, and from this moment I began to think that I should not have to ascend Mont Blanc alone. We descended again to Chamonix. The weather became milder every hour, the barometer continued to ascend, everything seemed to promise well. The next day at sunrise I hastened to the master guide. The sky was cloudless, the wind, almost imperceptible, was northeast. The chain of Mont Blanc, the higher summits of which were gilded by the rising sun, seemed to invite the many tourists to ascend it. One could not, in all politeness, refuse so kindly an invitation. Monsieur Balmain, after consulting his barometer, declared the ascent to be practicable, and promised me the 2 guides and the porter prescribed in our agreement. I left the selection of these to him, but an unexpected incident disturbed my preparations for departure. As I came out of Monsieur Balmain's office, I met Ravenel, my guide of the day before. "Is monsieur going to Mont Blanc?" he asked. "Yes, certainly," said I. "Is it not a favourable time to go?" He reflected a few moments, and then said with an embarrassed air, "Monsieur, you are my traveller. I accompanied you yesterday to the Brevant, so I cannot leave you now. And since you are going..."